Hey guys, Jeff Wolf, president and founder of Iconic Auctions. As you've probably already seen, we are on the heels of seeing a Michael Jackson biopic movie starring his nephew. It actually looks like a great movie, and it's based around the time that he made Thriller and his artistic prime. Of course, we know Thriller is one of the most prolific, best-selling, most charted albums of all time. So, of course, in the collecting community, signed, authentic versions of Thriller are super desirable, always sought out by collectors. We've had quite a few of them, but this is perhaps the best one we've ever had. Never before have I ever seen one that's had kind of a connecting story to MJ's prime. Now, this one here is hand signed. On the front cover, you'll see it's signed in red felt tip marker by Quincy Jones, who of course was the producer of Thriller, and it's inscribed to Michelle. And then on the inside gatefold, which has the beautiful fuller image of the Thriller cover with Michael with the baby tiger, it's also signed and inscribed by MJ himself to Michelle. Now these are true to the era signatures. This is an original Epic Records first pressing of Thriller. In fact, it's actually a promotional copy, has the gold embossed stamping up there on the back side and the top right for promotional purposes only, not for resale. So this is, arguably one of the first few that came off the presses given that status. But what makes this really cool, not only the fact that it has an era signature of Quincy and of Michael, but in particular, it's the inscription to Michelle. Michelle, in this case, is actually Michelle Simmons, who was a dancer who Michael was very familiar with. He had danced with her in different televised performances throughout the 70s and into the very early 80s, right before he did Thriller. So, of course, as you probably know, the Thriller music video, which was almost like a mini movie, it basically spawned the dawn of music videos, was a big project directed by John Landis, was a very involved thing, and was kind of the linchpin of the idea of promoting Thriller. And Michael was very concerned about having the best dancing, the best choreography possible, and wanted his best dancers that he knew around him. So, of course, when the selection process came, Michael had tapped on Michelle Simmons to be one of the lead dancers. And in fact, if you watch the zombie scenes when Michael's dancing with the zombies, there is a zombie who's in like a purple pinkish dress that flanks Michael the whole time throughout the entire scene. That is Michelle Simmons. She was actually a very instrumental part of the making of the Thriller video. In fact, that's probably why, if you read the inscription that Quincy wrote, thanks for your sweet karma on this project. Love and, what did Quincy write? Love and unity, Quincy Jones. This wasn't just inscribed to a fan. It was inscribed to, someone who was critical to the project. And of course, Michael writes love and thanks as a sign of appreciation for what she did for the project. So very, very cool piece. Michelle passed away quite a while ago, so this came through the circuit and has ended up in, now ended up for public sale. But again, you see a lot of Thriller albums that are just signed by Michael, which is great, but not very often you see them where they're true to the era signature and also inscribed to someone who helped in basically the process of making Thriller what it was. Now, of course, this album has rock solid provenance. It comes with third-party authentication. You've got letters of authenticity from all the big boys. You've got Beckett authentication. You have James Spence authentication. And last but certainly not least, you have a letter of authenticity from music autograph authenticator Roger Epperson of Real Authentication. This is in our auction. It's going to be closing this Saturday. It's one of the better Michael Jackson pieces out there, so make sure to get involved, register, log on, and bid now at iconicauctions.com.